Woodman Field on the campus of Greenwood Community High School. This is Greenwood High School football. Tonight, the Greenwood Woodmen play Indian Creek. Good evening, I'm Christian Jones, along with Ryan Pruitt. Welcome to the Woodman Broadcasting Network's pregame show. Last Friday, your Greenwood Woodmen lost to Bloomington North 31-15. Indian Creek finished their season with 7-4. Up next, Olivia Franklin has our pregame conversation with the Woodman head coach, Mike Campbell. This is Woodman Football's pregame show, and it could be presented by you on Woodman Broadcasting Network's live stream.
Live from Woodman Field on the campus of Greenwood Community High School, this is Greenwood High School football. Now, our pregame conversation with the Woodman head coach, Mike Campbell. Here is Olivia Franklin.
Hello, Woodman fans. I'm Olivia Franklin, and I'm here with Coach Mike Campbell to discuss tonight's game. So, Coach, what have you guys been focusing on this last week to prepare for tonight's game?
Well, the biggest thing we focused on going into this week was ball security. We had some issues against Bloomington North, had some turnovers. Those really hindered the outcome in that game. So we did some tackling circuits, some turnover circuits, and a bunch of ball security circuits to ensure we take better care of the football tonight. The other thing we really focused on was our execution. Anytime you go against a team like Indian Creek, they're very sound in what they do. They're not fancy or flashy. You have to make sure your execution is going to be on point. So those are our big points for this weekend.
A team like Indian Creek, what problems are presented to you?
Well, first is their experience. They've got a lot of veteran players. And secondly, their size. They're a much bigger team than we are physically imposing. However, it's not something that we fear, but worry a little bit about their size and some of their experience in some of their positions. Their quarterback's a fantastic athlete, is an average thrower of the football, but he's an excellent runner of the football. So that kind of things we need to control. We need to stop the run and then control the pass. And then offensively, as mentioned before, ball security, we need to execute our plays, trust our schemes, and then just play hard the entire night.
Okay, thank you, Coach. I'm Olivia Franklin, and now back to you in the studio.
That was our pregame conversation with head coach Mike Campbell and Olivia Franklin. Up next on our pregame show are starting lineups that could be presented by you on Woodman Broadcasting Network's live stream. This is the WBN's pregame show. On the injury report, we are happy to pronounce that we have no injuries this week. And now this evening, starting lineups that could be presented by you. Left tackle, number 67, Noah Dixon. Left guard, number 73, Cole Raker. Center, number 55, Colin Campbell. Right guard, number 56, Matthew Peed. Right tackle, number 77, Cameron Ford. Tight end, number 89, Kaylor Smith. Wide receiver, number 4, Luke Raker. Wide receiver, number 12, Tanner Allen. Running back, number 35, Nick Wilhelm. Running back, number 45, Dylan Wheatley. And quarterback, number 6, Oliver Rao. Defensive starters for the Woodmen. Number 16, Nolan Miller. Number 61, Landon Wood. Number 56, Cole Raker. Number 40, Anthony Williams. Number 36, Dylan Cloyd. Number 44, Bryce Taylor. Number 21, Joe Blassler. Number 5, Isaiah Drew. Number 23, Alex Walker. Number 14, Luke Griesmer. Number 3, Bryce Hoffman. The kicker for tonight will be Lex Logan. Those are the Greenwood Woodmen starters.
And here are your Indian Creek starting lineups. At left tackle, number 65, Elmore. At left guard, number 75, Meyer. At center, number 51, Botts. At right guard, number 68, Edwards. At right tackle, number 71, Siegfried. At tight end, number 22, Netherly. At wide receiver, number 8, Shank. At the other wide receiver, number 80, Sprong. At running back, number 17, Green. At running back, number 24, Welch. And at quarterback, number 20, Lacey. And here's your defensive starters for Indian Creek. At defensive tackle, number 50, Bishop. At defensive tackle, number 65, Elmore. At defensive tackle, number 55, Hawkins. At outside linebacker, number 20, Lacey. At the other outside linebacker, number 41, Barger. At inside linebacker, number 17, Green. At the other inside linebacker, number 34, Hall. At safety, number 19, Woods. At safety, number 5, Hart. And then the two corners, number 22, Netherly, and number 28, Gorham. And the kicker tonight will be number 18, Schaub.
Those are tonight's starting lineup that could be presented by you. Ahead on the Woodman Broadcasting Network's pregame show, the keys to tonight's game that could be presented by you. This is the Woodman Broadcasting Network's pregame show that could also be presented by you. Tonight's game conditions are In Greenwood, Indiana, right now it's about 70 degrees, and it's a little windy with a lot of humidity. The Woodmen are going to be needing to be really watered up for tonight's game, and definitely going to need to look out for tired players. But for tonight's keys to the game, here's Ryan Pruitt.
Yeah, last week on offense, the Woodmen struggled a lot with turnovers. They had 2 turnovers returned for touchdowns by the defense, which was a big issue. Considering the score last week, 31-15, that would have made it a much closer ball game. On defense, they must stop the run. Number 20, the quarterback for Indian Creek, he's proven and he's shown that he's a great runner. He had a great season last year rushing, and also their fullback is also a great runner, which that's basically the whole of their offense.
Thanks, Ryan. Those are tonight's keys to the game. Could be presented by you. As we close in on kickoff here at Woodman Field, it's the Greenwood Woodmen in Indian Creek. Kickoff is soon. This is Greenwood Broadcasting Network's Live that could be presented by you on the WBN's live stream. Welcome to WBN's broadcast of the Indian Creek versus the Greenwood Woodmen. Today we're going to be looking to beat Indian Creek. Last week both teams lost their games. Greenwood lost to Bloomington North, and something Greenwood's definitely going to be doing to improve upon last week's game is they're going to be driving it up the middle using that powerhouse of a player, number 35, Nick Wilhelm. Indian Creek, we definitely need to watch out for their quarterback, who had 148 rushing yards last week. He's not a very strong passer, but when he gets into the pocket and he's being rushed, he will gun out of there. Last week on their game, he had about 30 more yards than his running back, so Greenwood's going to be looking to stop that on the run. Anything to add, Ryan?
Yeah, like you said, Christian, this is going to be an interesting ball game. Both teams looking to bounce back after tough losses in the first game of the season. This is really gonna prove what type of seasons both teams are gonna have.
Absolutely. We're nearing kickoff now. Indian Creek to kick. Number 18, Schwab to kick. Here's the kick. Short kick.
That ball picked up by number 5, Isaiah Drew. Returned to about the 41-yard line.
Great one by Greenwood. Great way to start off this game. As I said, it was a low kick, very low to the ground. Picked up easily by Isaiah, and he ran it all the way back to the 41. And something that Indian Creek clearly needs to pick up on now is tackles, because Isaiah there on that run, he definitely shed off a few there.
Yeah, that's a great start to a football game.
Motion. Here's the pass. Wide open to number 4.
Wow, that was just a great play call by the Greenwood coaches.
Absolutely. Luke Raker on the catch. Greenwood starting off their game strong.
They really disguised that play. They lined up in that formation multiple times last week and ended up running the ball. And they passed up the middle and gained about 40 yards on that play.
Another spread formation.
That ball picked off by number 22 at the 6-yard line.
Number 22, Netherly on the interception. Greenwood definitely there. That was very close. All you can do for those kind of passes is hope that your guy picks it up. But Indian Creek will be starting off 1st and 10 at about the 4-yard line. Let's hope the Greenwood Woodmen's defense can pick up on the offense mistake.
Yeah, talk about a change in momentum. Greenwood driving down the field first couple of plays. And you could just hear the Indian Creek crowd go wild after that.
Absolutely. A big first run by Isaiah Drew, and then another big catch by Luke Raker all the way down the field. Definitely Greenwood's going to be looking to pick up on those mistakes. Flag on the play.
I'm actually surprised that Coach Campbell called another pass there after the first pass. Indian Creek definitely read that and had great coverage. Just very unfortunate for the Woodmen.
Looks like a penalty for Indian Creek, bringing him back to about the 1-yard line in the end zone now, trying to get out of that safety territory. And they succeed with a big run up the middle. Number 44, Bryce Taylor on the tackle. Gain of about 7, which brings up about 2nd and 5 for the Braves. Here's a snap. Run up the middle by the quarterback, but stopped easily by number 40, Anthony Williams.
If the Woodmen can keep doing that, kind of limiting what their quarterback can do, as he's a great runner, I think that they can be really successful in this game.
Absolutely.
Just got to stop that run.
Brings up 3rd and 5 for the Braves. Woodman scrambling to line up.
Indian Creek kind of regrouping.
Number 56, Cole Raker, almost with an offsides on that play. Big handoff up the middle to number 24, Welch. Big run, and that'll bring up a first down for Indian Creek. Woodman have been really good at stopping that inside run so far, but that was the first play Indian Creek's got where they had a bit of a break up the middle. Woodman bringing up some safeties again.
Fumble on the
Loose
play.
ball.
Looks like it was picked up by Greenwood.
And it is. Greenwood pick it up at about the 15-yard line. Greenwood definitely picking up their lost momentum on offense, and they're looking to pick it up again. If we can see what we saw last time, they'll definitely get some points off the board here in the first quarter.
That was just some good defense. Saw him get his arm up in there, strip the ball, jumped right on top of it.
Something Greenwood's been doing today, as we saw from those few plays on defense, is they've been crowding the middle with the linebackers, as we saw.
That ball handed off to number 35, William. Good for about 2 yards. He's just a very powerful runner.
Absolutely. Gain of about 1 on the play by number 35, Nick Wilhelm. 2nd and 9 on about the 13-yard line for the Woodmen. Another run picked up by number 35, Nick Wilhelm, but he's brought down very quickly by Indian Creek. Brings up about 3rd and 7.
This is an important play for the Woodmen.
Yep, bringing up 3rd down for the Woodmen. Definitely need to get a play off here for the first down.
You know, one of their weak points is definitely their kicker. We saw last week, maybe afraid to kick the extra point. So if they could get a little bit closer for this 4th down.
Pass batted down by number 23 for the Braves defense. Definitely something you'll be seeing from the Woodmen's offense today is they're going to be going a lot more under center. Due to the bad snaps last week, something Greenwood's going to be focusing on is going under center.
Number 3, Bryce Hoffman subbed in at wide receiver.
Rolling out for a pass. Quick
That's
pass
complete.
to number 3.
And that's a touchdown.
Absolutely.
Caught by Bryce Hoffman on the left side of the field. Just subbed in by Coach Campbell.
Looks like Greenwood will be going for that 2-point formation again, not going to risk it with the kicks. Something you'll notice about Greenwood's 2-point formation is it's definitely going to confuse some defense over here.
Yeah, they can run multiple plays out of this. They all have wristbands, and they have multiple plays that can be called based on defensive positioning. Gives them a lot of things to work with.
Here's the ball. Quick pass to number 4. Quickly brought down, unsuccessful 2-point conversion. Yeah, but when we were talking to Coach Campbell for the Woodmen, definitely something that you brought up is the wristbands. They have 5 separate plays that they can bring out depending on how the defense runs. That just was an unfortunate call for the Woodmen, but they're going to pick that up definitely if they keep up the intensity we've seen on both offensive and defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they definitely did not read that. The play calls are all based off of the defensive positioning. So they line up in that formation, they do something different every time, keeps the defense on their toes. And hopefully eventually it'll lead to a couple 2-point conversions in the future for tonight's game.
Kickoff nearing for number 2, Lex Logan for the Woodmen. As Ryan said earlier, number 2, Lex Logan, he hasn't been very consistently kicking for the Woodmen. So something that Indian Creek's going to be watching for is low kicks and 2-point conversions. And like we saw, they are very capable of stopping that formation. So the Woodmen will have to pick and choose what they do tonight. Here's the kick. Lucky slip for the Woodmen. Ball's down at about the 20-yard line for Indian Creek, bringing up 1st and 10.
Yeah, what a lucky break. That had number 28 backing up on it, and unfortunately he lost his footing, went down, and Greenwood has Indian Creek down at about the 20-yard line.
we're going to see the linebackers lining up in the gaps more often, as we saw when we got the fumble. Something Greenwood's definitely excited about is our absolute beasts of linebackers, Dylan Cloyd, Bryce Taylor, and Joe Bassler. Dylan Cloyd went all-conference, and Bryce Taylor actually went all-state. So something they're looking forward to is that run up the middle by their quarterback, because the Woodmen are very convinced they can stop it, and as they've shown, they can.
Yeah, like you said, that's a big part of Indian Creek's offense is the run up the middle. They like to run the offense or the option a lot, and with guys with experience like Cloyd, Taylor, and Bassler, that'll definitely be something that they need to stop.
Something else they need to look out for is that option, as we just saw, that they ran to number 24 Welch for a gain of about 5, bringing 2nd and 5 up for the Braves. Quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's breaking free. He might go all the way, and he does. He makes it all the way down the field. And it looks like no flags thrown, so that's going to be clean.
And that's one of the keys to the game, Christian. We talked about it during pregame, but that's something they need to stop. Their quarterback is just such a great runner. They keep him on their heels, especially with that option. But that's just unfortunate for the Woodmen.
Absolutely. As we said, their quarterback, he's just very fast, and he's very smart in the pocket, too. What we just saw, though, was a quarterback sneak up off the tackle's butt, and he just ran it, got straight past the linebackers. They weren't really expecting that, as we saw. But here's another handoff, and he keeps it and takes it up the middle, but is stopped by number 40 for the Woodmen, Anthony Williams.
Yeah, number 20, Lacey, he just got into the open field, and you could see how much faster he is than the Woodman safety and corners.
Absolutely. Just sheer athleticism carried him down that field. That's going to bring up 6-all. And Indian Creek's going to be kicking off. Number 18, Schwab, is going to prepare for the kick.
The Woodmen are definitely looking for a return like they had to open the game.
Absolutely. They're going to be hoping for another low kick like that. Their offense is also going to be a little more weary of the pass, as we saw last time. Definitely helped them get that touchdown, but they're going to be more weary of throwing it on the right side of the defense. Definitely was able to pick up that pass block and even get an interception out of it.
Number 5, Isaiah Drew, and number 3, Bryce Hoffman, back for the kick.
Here's the kick. Another lower kick. Number 5, Isaiah Drew with the ball. Very similar ball placement to the last kickoff. Something Indian Creek is definitely going to need to start doing is picking up the kick, because something that can make or break an offensive drive is the kick return there. And as we saw, they just got about a 20-yard return and now are placed at about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, the Woodmen have started their drives in great position on the field, while we've seen Indian Creek start down at about the 4-yard line and 20-yard line. So that'll really determine the fate of this game.
Given to number 35 up the middle, taken down quickly by number 55 for the Braves, Hawkins.
We haven't really seen them implement the pass since the first drive when it was intercepted by Netherly.
Something Greenwood's going to need to keep aware of, like I said earlier, is they're going to need to keep aware of that they got that pass there. What we've seen is they've had 2 great passes, definitely that brought them far up the field. The last one converting a 4th down, and the one before that getting them about 30 yards down the field. Toss outside to number 35, Nick Wilhelm.
And that should be good for about 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3 here.
That brings up 3rd and 2 for the Woodmen on the 44-yard line.
Oliver Rao under the gun. Handed off to number 40. He's still going.
He won't be brought down, and eventually he's brought down by a pile of Braves. Brings up first down for the Woodmen. Big gain. Number 67, Noah Dixon, under the pile.
He had about 3 Braves defenders on him for half of that run, and he was still moving forwards.
Another handoff to number 35, Nick Wilhelm. Big run, still won't be brought down. Another first down for the Woodmen.
Wow, 2 powerful runs in a row. Indian Creek has definitely got to keep that in the back of their minds.
Definitely, as we spoke to Coach last week, something Greenwood tries to do in every one of their games is they want to run the clock out, and that's something we've been seeing them do. Is they've had much more possession on offense than Indian Creek has, and something they've been doing here is they've been using their plays very wisely and getting some short gains and then some big gains in there to keep the game interesting and to keep the defense honest.
There was another handoff to number 40 up the middle. He was immediately grabbed by one of the Indian Creek defenders, but you could see him just continuing to gain yards. Good for about 4. Second and 6.
Another handoff to number 35, Nick Wilhelm. Runs up the middle. Still won't be brought out. Another first down for the Woodmen.
Yeah, he got to the outside, and nobody was going to stop him there.
Absolutely. With a powerful runner like that, you have to get people on the outside to stop him, because once he breaks free, he's going to break free.
Yeah, he just ran out of room. First and goal at the 8.
Greenwood looking to get another touchdown under their belt here. More points on the board. Run up the middle by number 40. Still won't be brought down. Another big gain for the Woodmen. Like I said, number 40 on the run.
Yeah, they've gone back and forth between number 40 and number 35 this whole drive.
Definitely something the Woodmen are being very smart of is, like you said, getting both of their running backs into the game. So the defense is a little confused of where to go, and that's another great thing because we have 2 amazing running backs who will just break through your entire line if you can, or if they can.
Against 35 up the middle. And that's good for a Woodman touchdown. Just so powerful, that whole drive.
Absolutely. The Woodmen unforgiving on the run, something, we'll say it all game until Indian Creek fixes it. They've been just so powerful on that inside run, and Indian Creek's been helpless to stop it. Greenwood, for defense, definitely needs to do the same thing, is to watch that quarterback, Lacey, with his runs. Here's the 2-point conversion for Greenwood.
Number
and
4,
it is successful.
That was number 4, Luke Baker. He did a great job of getting to the end zone there.
Definitely something we saw is a little confusion by Indian Creek because they're lining up a little strangely. Greenwood has definitely been taking advantage of that now that they've seen how they're going to line up against that. With that, motion to the outside with Luke. Greenwood definitely knows now what they're going to be lining up against, but Indian Creek thinks they know what's going to happen next time, and that's just untrue. Like we said, they've got 5 whole options to run out of that, bringing up 14-6, Woodman lead.
Yeah, not a single passing play on that last drive. The Woodmen don't want to make another mistake, making another interception like they did in the first drive, but they have lots of momentum going here.
Absolutely. Number 2, Lex Logan on to kick. Here's the kick.
It's kicked to almost the exact same spot as the last kickoff.
Greenwood, great pursuit, bringing him down at about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, he ran up a couple yards, and he could not run any further. Greenwood pushed him back. And looks like that ball is going to be placed at about the 29-yard line, 28-yard line. Oh.
Indian Creek looking to start off another offensive drive powerfully. They definitely want to get that ball to Lacey again, as like we said, he had 148 rushing yards last game. That's almost unheard of for a quarterback, especially when his running back only got 118 yards rushing. Still an unheard of number, absolutely. They're definitely needing to watch that run. Speak of the devil, number 24 on the run.
Yeah,
Right
talking about Indian Creek's rushing, it's just amazing. Lacey was actually 5 for 19 last week with 2 interceptions, throwing the ball. So we'll see if they decide to implement the passing game this game or not, but the run seems to be working so far.
Here's a snap. He's looking to pass. Very, very deep pass. Overthrown. You'll see that a lot this game, as we said, as Ryan said, 5 out of 19 passes were completed. 2 of those were interceptions. Still, that was 42 yards on those 3 passes, and as we just saw, he likes to throw deep. So we'll not be seeing very many passes this game if Indian Creek wants to play smart, but they'll definitely be staying on the ground more often.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting play call on 2nd and 8 there. Or like to see them go for the run, maybe gain a couple more yards for 3rd and 4th down.
There's a snap. Welch on the carry. Instantly met by a horde of Woodmen, led by number 23, Alex Walker.
And that was just read perfectly by the Woodmen.
Absolutely. When the when the offense just runs right into you, you know you're doing something right where you're placed on the ball. Greenwood scrambling to their spots. They make it with time to spare.
Indian Creek can hurry up offense here, trying to keep the defense on its heels.
4th and 5 for Indian Creek on about the 32-yard line. Ooh, quick punt.
That ball's punted out of bounds at about the 28-yard line.
Definitely unexpected by Indian Creek. We had a guy back there. Coach is very smart reading that, but definitely they weren't lined up in a punt at all, and when he backed up there, you could tell something funny was going on.
Yeah, it definitely looked like they were lining up to go for that 4th down conversion. I think that's a smart move by Indian Creek. They were unable to get anything going in that last drive, and I think they realized that and decided that they would rather not give up great positioning for the Greenwood offense, who's been hot early in this game.
Absolutely. Now the Woodmen starting at, like you said, Ryan, about the 28-yard line. Something they'll be looking for defensively. Indian Creek will be looking to stop. I mean, will be that run behind the tackle by Wilhelm, number 35. They've just shown no ability to stop that run so far, and something they're going to need to keep wary of is the double option they have to give it to number 35, Wilhelm, and number 40, or number 45, Dylan Wheatley.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Greenwood is actually setting themselves up great for later in the ball game. To maybe surprise them with a couple passes. We'll see what they do this drive, but the run's been working for them.
Now the ball spotted even farther back. Must have been a flag on the play, bringing about 1 and 10 at about the 14-yard line. Another run up the middle by number 35, Nick Wilhelm, but brought down fast by a bunch of
he's just ate up
Braves.
by the Indian Creek defense.
But a gain of about 2 on the play brings up 2nd and 8 for the Woodmen.
Yeah, that's something that Indian Creek could not do the last drive, is defend that run. We'll see what Greenwood comes back with here.
Password is 999.
Looks like Greenwood once again going under center, but it looks like they're going to have motion on the play, sorry. Toss to the outside.
To number 35.
Nope, that should be it.
Pushed out of bounds.
Alright, did that work?
Looks like he got about 7 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd and looks like 1 or 2 for the Woodmen.
Yeah, if they can keep that up all game, they'll be unstoppable. they really have Indian Creek guessing here on whether they're going up the middle or if they're running that sweep.
Definitely.
I definitely like to see them catch Indian Creek off guard here, maybe with a pass.
Absolutely.
Oliver Rao's just been great.
Oliver Rao definitely tonight been on fire with the passes, and they've been able to go out of the same formations they have for runs with passes and just pick it up real fast. But handoff to number 45, Dylan Wheatley, stopped very fast by another horde of Braves. Brings up 4th and 3rd for the Woodmen.
And this will be interesting to see what they do here. Looks like Oliver Rao's still out there, under center. And they will be going for a 4th down conversion here.
That's a little atypical here so early in the game. Still in your first quarter with about 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go, 4th and 3rd on your own about 20-yard line. Something really risky for them to do. We've got about 5 seconds to get a play off. They better hurry. Timeout's called. Looks like Greenwood will bring in the punt team now.
Looks like they were just trying to catch Indian Creek off guard, maybe get an offsides call.
Definitely. Drawing the foul on 4th down is something that Greenwood has definitely tried to do. But Indian Creek, as we saw last time in their punt, I would say a much more clever attempt to draw an offsides just by having the quarterback back up a little bit, grab the ball, and punt it. Something very unorthodox, but very useful as we saw.
It actually looks like there might have been a little bit of confusion on the play. Number 2 back to punt, Lex Logan.
Hopefully Lex can get the ball down the field, as we've been saying tonight. Lex Logan is not the greatest kicker, but he can definitely get some stuff done. It's just consistency with the PAT. Here's the snap. Sorry. Here's snap. Number 2, Lex Logan. High kick.
That's not a terrible punt by Lex Logan.
48-yard line. Definitely not too shabby. About 45 yards with the punt.
You know, Lex Logan is definitely not a bad kicker, but when you have a 2-point system like Greenwood does, which you've seen early on in the game, the multiple plays they can call out of that, it's just kind of hard to get yourself to.
Absolutely, a much more useful weapon for the Woodmen than just 1 point and playing it safe.
Indian Creek on their own 47-yard line.
Here's a snap. Run up the middle by 24, Welch. Soon met by the entire Greenwood Woodman defense. Run of about 4 yards brings up about 2nd and 6 for the Braves.
Looks like we'll be coming up on our 2-minute warning here.
Definitely. The Braves are going to get lined up now.
2 minutes left in the quarter.
Still a running clock. The defense is going to have to play it safe here until quarter, and they can get a little break. Here's pass. Run up the middle by number 20, Lacey. Good quick run, but met by the linebackers of the Woodmen. No first down on the play, but definitely a good gain there. About 5 yards, bringing up 3rd and 1 for the Braves. As we can see, Dylan Cloyd and Dylan Wheatley, number 45, there at the linebackers. As we mentioned earlier, the Greenwood's looking forward to that run so they can get it shut down by their linebackers. But what we just saw looks like Greenwood's going to be a little fast. No, sorry, need to be a little faster, the ball. Number 24, Welch on the run. Looks like he picked up a first down up left. Looks like only a gain of about 5 yards on the play. Bringing up 1st and 10 on Greenwood's 41-yard line, sorry.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting to watch the two teams. They run the ball so much, but it's interesting to see how differently they do it. With the option for Indian Creek, and then kind of an orthodox approach by Greenwood.
Ball is snapped at about the 42nd mark left in the quarter. Great move up the middle, but only a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. Brought down by number 21 for the Woodmen's defense, Joe Bassler.
Yeah, the Woodmen did a great job pursuing him there. Took good angles to the ball and really prevented a big run by number 20, Lacey.
It looks like they're going to get that clock running. Here's a 10-second mark. Doesn't look like Braves are going to try to get a playoff here. Going to wait for the quarter. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. No playoff. Here's the quarter.
On the Woodmen scoreboard, we have the Woodmen 14, the Braves 6. This score report could be presented by you on the Woodmen Broadcasting Network's live stream.
Okay, any questions, comments, whatever? Back in on the second quarter, Woodmen are going to be bringing up defense on the other side of the ball. Now, what they need to do is they're going to need to be careful. It's about 2nd and 7 for the Braves on the Woodmen's, looks like the 36-yard line. Here's the snap. Another run. Oh, no, pass. Pass dropped. Pass intended for receiver number 17, Green.
Man, you have to catch that ball.
Absolutely. Like we were saying, Lacey not the strongest quarterback, but that was definitely a wide receiver's mistake there. That would have been a good gain for the Braves, but, you know, stuff happens, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Braves.
Yeah, you got to take stuff like that when they give it to you. Just unfortunate by the tight end, number 17, Green.
Run up the middle by 24, Welch. Almost broke free, but number 23. Number 23 for Greenwood's defense, Alex Walker picked up that tackle really fast and then was joined by number 44, Bryce Taylor.
Yeah, that was a great stop on 3rd down.
Brings up 4th and 5.
This is a big play here.
Looks like they're trying to draw a foul. They might be doing what we saw last time and breaking into a punt formation.
Greenwood has no one back to return the ball.
Nope, it looks like they're going to run off the play. Ball dropped.
Ball recovered by Greenwood.
Number 36, Dylan Cloyd with the fumble recovery. That was definitely great, as that was definitely about 5 or 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and something Greenwood definitely got very fortunate on there, as they were much closer to the 50 than they would have been had that fumble not happened. Offense coming out.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same story here in the second quarter as it was in the first. Greenwood starting off on their own 42-yard line. Not as long of a field to drive down.
There's a pass. Pass incomplete, intended receiver number 12, Tanner Allen. Last game, Tanner had a little bit of bad luck on his passes in Bloomington. Bloomington absolutely shut out Greenwood's passing game. There weren't many big plays on passes last game, and if there was a pass thrown, it was usually for a loss or about met at the line. But Greenwood's definitely going to be looking to capitalize on the pass game this game, as Braves haven't been able to stop it very much. Run up the middle, number 35, Nick Wilhelm. Brought down quickly.
Yeah, you know, prior to this drive, the Braves haven't been able to stop much of anything that Greenwood has used. That was a good stop by the Braves defense.
Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Woodmen. Looks like a loss of a few inches. Greenwood lining up once again, and it looks like spread formation. Looks like they might be going for a pass here in third down.
Looks like a timeout called.
Here we are after the timeout. Looks like Greenwood's going to look up to capitalize on that timeout by bringing in a new play call. Once again, 3rd and 10 on about the 41-yard line for the Woodmen.
Lined up in the same formation as before. Split. 2 receivers on both sides.
Here's the snap. It is a pass. Deep pass. Ooh, pass picked up. Big pass down the field. Looks like a pass of about 50 yards.
Wow, that was...
Receiver number 5. Isaiah Drew, sorry.
That was such a great pass and a great throw by Oliver Rao. Definitely looking forward to seeing that the rest of the year.
Looking to seeing that definitely the rest of the year, and definitely the rest of the game. Is the Braves haven't shown the ability to stop that pass game so far. Even though last game we saw, it seemed like the rest of the season for Greenwood's passing game was going to be few and far between. But this game, this looks like they've been capitalizing off of it, and also the run up the middle.
Wow. That ball carried into the end zone by number 40.
Anthony Williams, number 40, sorry, on the run. Definitely huge run right there. That was amazing power. Greenwood definitely capitalizing early in this game off of their heavy runs when they need a short gain and a big pass when they need a longer game.
Yeah, number 40, Anthony Williams, really proving that he belongs out there on that field. He's just been so powerful with the ball early on in this game.
Absolutely. Greenwood having such big weapons like number 35 and number 45. And even Anthony Williams, number 40, subbing in for either or, depending on what Greenwood needs.
Greenwood lined up in their 2-point conversion.
Looking to capitalize off this again. Looks like the same. Nope. Run up the middle by Oliver Rao.
And that is just amazing. It's amazing, keeping the defense on their heels.
Another touchdown.
What a great fake handoff by number 6.
Absolutely, and it looked like they were a little confused on that. They followed the, motion to the outside again, number 4, Luke Raker, but Greenwood definitely read that then. They knew that was coming, and they just had Oliver sneak it up the middle for a 2-point conversion, bringing up Woodman 22, Braves 6.
Yeah, it's just amazing to see the ability that Greenwood has on that play. We'll see it the rest of this year, but just great execution by number 6, Oliver Rao.
Absolutely, and something that's great about that, like we've said earlier in this game, 5 options to run out of it, 2 points if they make it each time. PAT, only 1 point, definitely something Greenwood is just absolutely using to their advantage. Those 2-point conversions. They've now scored 4 points, on those 2-point conversions, opposed to what they might have scored is 3 points on the PATs. So bringing up the Greenwood Woodmen, 22-6 Braves.
Number 2, Lex Logan here to kick the ball. Looks like he puts it up the middle this time.
Looks like he played the ball with the ball a little bit back there, But a big run up the middle.
By number 36, Smith.
Yeah, thank you.
To about the 39-yard line here.
Thank you. Big run, like you said, number 36, Smith. He's definitely looks like an underused weapon. He was just breaking through all those tackles up there, and that's their looks like their biggest run of the game. That wasn't from Lacey, bringing up 1st and 10 on about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, this is the Braves' best positioning on the field to start a drive. It'll be interesting to see what they can do with this.
And it looks like they're starting off in a trips formation, but it's still a run up the middle to number 20, Lacey. But brought down fast after a run of about 4 yards, bringing up 2nd and 6.
Got about 10 minutes left in the game.
Sorry, gained about 3.
I'm sorry, 10 minutes left in the half here. The Braves are really looking for a touchdown here. Down 22-6. Got to get that momentum going back in their favor.
Definitely. Something that can make or break a team's second half is what the score is going into halftime. Definitely something that affects players mentally is that score, and something they'll have to pick up on a little bit here.
Lacey handed that off to number 24. Tried to get to the outside. Unfortunately, lost his footing for a loss of about 1 or 2 yards here.
Bringing up 3rd and 10 for the Braves. Looks like the Woodmen are a little bit slow to their positions once again, but they make it again just in time. Another pass, number 20. Pass picked off by number 3, Bryce Hoffman. He runs it up the sideline and makes it back to about the line of scrimmage. That'll make it a 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line for the Woodmen.
Man, and the Woodmen just continue to pound this Indian Creek team. You can definitely tell that the Indian Creek is exhausted right now, and they're running on fumes already here in the first half.
Absolutely. Being such a small school and having an even smaller team, something they don't have is reserve players. Something that Greenwood's very fortunate to have is a big crew of really great football players and great athletes to get out there and get after it.
And Greenwood has a great opportunity here to score again before the end of the half. Maybe run some time off the clock.
Absolutely. Greenwood looking to get another score on the board with about 9 minutes to go in the quarter.
Yeah,
Big loss, though, by the Woodmen from a run from number 35, Nick Wilhelm. Easily taken down by a couple linebackers that pushed in by the Braves. No gain on the play, no loss on the play as well. He was marked down at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2 and 10 on about the 36-yard line.
Number 35 and number 45 lined up before the quarterback, number 6, Oliver Rao. Out of shotgun.
Another big pass.
Wow.
Another big catch. Number 4, Luke Raker.
What an
Greenwood.
athletic play by number 4.
Absolutely. Big jump over. It looks like, number 22 for the Braves defense, Netherly.
And the Braves corner definitely had height advantage there, but great placement by Oliver Rao. And that leads to another 1st and goal for the Woodmen at about the 3-yard line.
Absolutely. Some differences we can see from Bloomington North to Indian Creek is something Indian Creek hasn't brought to the table yet is the ability to stop that pass game. Last week we didn't see much pass at all because Bloomington simply stopped it every time. They had great coverage, but this week Greenwood has had now 3 or 4 big passes and another 1 fumble and 1 interception. So Greenwood's definitely be picking up their momentum from last game.
That ball handed off to number 40 for number 40, Anthony Williams, for another touchdown. I believe that's his 2nd touchdown run of the night. But definitely proving he should be out there on that field.
Absolutely. Greenwood playing it safe for the PAT by number 2, Lex Logan.
And this one's good.
Good kick up the middle. Greenwood definitely not taking any chances on that extra run, bringing up a score of 29-6. Woodman your Greenwood Woodmen in the lead.
Yeah, Greenwood just has so much momentum at this point.
Oh, absolutely. Once your team starts going like this, not only the player's psyche improves, which definitely helps them play better, but the other team's psyche, disimproves. Definitely we're seeing that out of Indian Creek. Their quarterback looks like he's more indecisive on his plays, and their running back is also running backwards a little more.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Indian Creek is discouraged here.
definitely something they'll need to fix.
Again, we have number 36 back to return a kick. He did a great job returning the ball on that last kickoff.
Absolutely.
Took it up to about the 38-yard line. We'll see what he can do here.
The Braves will need him to get another big return kickoff.
It'll actually be interesting to see what the Woodmen do here. They started off with 2 kickoffs to the right. They seemed to be pretty successful, but they went up the middle and did not have great pursuit on that.
Yeah, absolutely. What we've seen is the consistency of the kicks. And here's a kick to number 22, Netherly.
Netherly doing a great job using the whole field. Takes it up to about the 36-yard line here.
Another good return for the Braves, but not good enough as the short ball placement for the kick to about the 20-yard line, so only about a 16-yard return. But something Greenwood's definitely going to keep up as we see. You can just see the excitement and the hustle from the Woodmen's defense.
Yeah, definitely hyped up after scoring 29 points so far in the first half. Just trying to get the offense back out there so they can score a couple more points.
Looks like slowness by the Braves offense.
Handed off to number 24. And he has nowhere to go after that. The Woodmen just attacked and attacked. He's taken down for a loss of about 2 or 3 yards here.
Definitely a group of Woodmen on the tackle. Looks like about 2nd and 12 for the Braves. You can just see by the way the players are standing out there on the Brave side of the ball is they're just getting annoyed with Greenwood's defense right now. And something Welch is definitely, or number 24, Welch for the Braves is going to have to look out for is running backwards. He runs into someone. He's been popping back a little bit, and he needs to stop that and get the ball up the field as fast as he can.
Great tackle on the play by Jackson Reeser. Yeah, and Woodman lined up in a traditional 4-3 defense. Definitely gives the Braves nowhere to go with that run game. I'm sorry, 3-4 defense. But the Braves trying to implement that run up the middle, it's almost impossible to do with the big guys on the defensive line and the linebackers.
Yeah, definitely something we're seeing is no gain here by the Braves. Definitely losses. Here's another pass, quick pass to number 28 on the outside of the field. Missed tackle makes it up to the sideline.
Looks like it'll be about 4 and 3 here, or 4th and 3rd. I'm sorry.
Gain of 6. It looks like he was pushed out a little sooner than we had anticipated. Definitely looks like they're going to be going for it here. Not much to lose with 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
Definitely looks like a bigger gain from here.
And it is a punt. Tipped punt.
And he definitely whiffed on that punt there. Rolls to about the Woodman 37-yard line.
Definitely something the Woodmen need to look out for is that that kick that they can just roll out of. Luckily, their quarterback can also kick about as good as he can pass as he's getting that ball down the field. Definitely something Greenwood's going to be looking to do on their defense, as I said, is get that player back there on 4th down no matter what. It might be a bit of a risk, but as we've seen 2 out of 3 times now, they have punted it, so that would be just insurance for the Woodmen at this point.
Yeah, like you said, their quarterback is such an athletic player, but he should definitely stick to the run. Here the Woodmen have the ball.
Brought down quickly, number 35, Nick Wilhelm on the carry.
Looks like about a loss of a yard here, leading to 2nd and 11.
Greenwood looking to put even more points on the scoreboard as we still have about 5 minutes, 35 seconds left in the second quarter. Greenwood definitely has enough time to add another score on the board, and definitely even 2 if they really hurry it up and get their defense going.
I don't know. I think it's important for Greenwood to kind of waste time here.
Oh, absolutely.
Try and limit the scoring that Indian Creek can do in this first quarter, or first half, I'm sorry. Looks like a timeout called on the play.
Brings up about 2nd and about 11 for the Woodmen.
Quarterback keeper here. Rao trying to get to the outside, and he actually did a great job of picking up yards at the end
Definitely
of that
stayed
play.
up as well.
Looked like he was going right towards out of bounds there, but somehow he got some forward momentum to gain 3 or 4 more yards than it looked like he was going to.
Definitely staying up longer than he probably should have, being a quarterback. Something the defense obviously needs to pick up on, as we just saw, is that tackle game. Brings up about 3rd and 4 for the Woodmen.
Yeah, it's really starting to cool down out there.
Absolutely. Clouds rolling in and sun's going away. These players are going to be very energized for the rest of the game. Rollout pass to number 40. Big hit, gets up first down. Number 40, Anthony Williams on the that received. 1st and 10 on the Braves' 48-yard line. Woodmen taking a bit more than they usually do in the backfield there.
The Woodmen putting themselves in a really good position to score here again before the end of the second half.
Absolutely, and like you said, they need to waste a little time here, so Indian Creek doesn't have as much time to score. Another big pass. Looks like it's overthrown, though. Number 6, Oliver Rao. Intended receiver, number 5, Isaiah Drew. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
About 4 minutes left in the half here. Indian Creek in dire need of a players meeting here, so they can kind of regroup and figure out what they need to do in the second half to stop the Woodmen on the offensive side and defensive side of the ball.
Definitely, and they succeeded that time. Run to the outside, number 35, Nick Wilhelm, stopped very fast. Something we've seen Indian Creek do. This is just how they run their defense. They'll run a 3-4, and they'll bring one of those extra linebackers up, and then they'll position the other 2 accordingly to the outside, and they'll get a big blitz going.
It's definitely works in Greenwood's favor when they decide to roll out and pass.
Absolutely.
Which it looks like something they might do here.
Yeah.
On 3rd and 11.
In shotgun, here's a snap. Quick pass to number 3, Bryce Hoffman on the outside. Looks like a gain about 6 on the play.
Definitely a successful play call there.
Looks like about 4th and 4 for the Woodmen. Good pass for number 6, Oliver Rao, to number 3, Bryce Hoffman.
Might be looking to waste some time here.
Definitely got 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in this quarter. 4th and 4. The Greenwood Woodmen are definitely looking to waste some time. But now it looks like they might be punting.
Great job by Oliver Rao to get that punt off.
Absolutely. As we saw, the defense just got back there really fast. Luckily, the ball was tipped off the end of his foot before it could be tipped by any other players. And the ball gets out about the 4-yard line, which is great ball placement.
About 2.5 minutes left. The Braves have got to get going here if they want to score before the end of the half. They've got about 96 yards here if they want to drive down the field.
Absolutely. Something they might be doing, though, right here is trying to get either a pass off or they're going to have the quarterback keep it out to the outside as they're in safety territory right now. As you can see, the quarterback's in the end zone, something they don't want to be. But the runner's brought down fast, and it doesn't look like there's any gain on the play.
Yeah, Greenwood doing a great job of just swarming in and taking him down fast. Trying to limit the damage here in the first half.
Almost about 2 minutes left in the quarter. Greenwood has now kept the Braves to a no gain so far. It brings up 2nd and 10 on the 4-yard line. If Greenwood plays their cards right and gets their linebackers to stay in their positions, they can keep the Braves here for the rest of the time, and they'll have to punt from here.
Quarterback keeper. Wow, and the Greenwood defense just read that perfectly.
And it does look like there was a loss on the play that time.
Indian Creek is definitely scared to throw the ball here. Just trying to get the ball further out of the end zone so that they can maybe go for a long pass. And that's the timeout call by Greenwood.
After another timeout, bringing up another 3rd and 10 for the Braves at about their own 4-yard line, looking to get out of the end zone for their quarterback. Greenwood definitely looking to remain disciplined in their positions, though, and not let anything get out.
Long pass by Lacey. Incomplete to number 20 down the right side of the field. That was great coverage.
Absolutely. Something Greenwood's been doing great at, as we can see this game, is picking up that pass block, and something that the Braves aren't even too inclined to doing very often is their passing, but Greenwood's definitely been stopping it.
Greenwood actually has a great chance to score here with 1.5 minutes left in the game. Left in the half, I'm sorry. This ball is punted.
Ball is deflected.
And wow.
Excellent play by the defense. Stopping that punt, they're going to be taking the ball at about the
You know, we just continue to see these great breaks for the Woodmen on defense and on offense. And they are in a great position to score here before the end of the half and kind of put this game out of reach.
Definitely. Ball at about the 7-yard line. The Woodmen will only have about 7 yards with 1:22 left in the half to score here. Something that Greenwood's definitely been doing is those short runs, and we'll probably be seeing it here.
Another handoff to number 40. Struggling at about the end zone here. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Big pile pushed around.
Looks like they'll spot the ball at about the 1 or 2 yard line here. Number 40 is just such a powerful running back.
Gain of 6, 2nd and goal. 1 yard to go for the Woodmen with about a minute left in the half.
Playing on both sides of the ball. Number 40, he's just showing off his athleticism tonight.
Absolutely. With a big running back like Anthony Williams, number 40 for the Woodmen, you definitely got to use him on those short runs. And, the Braves will be looking to clog up that middle as they know another big run's coming. Row under center.
This ball handed off to number 35 this time.
And it doesn't look like he made it in.
Nick William.
Ball's once again planted at the 1 yard line. 19 seconds to go left in the half.
Woodman in hurry-up offense here.
Doesn't look like the Woodmen have any timeouts. Have about 12 seconds to get a touchdown.
And that's a touchdown, but we have a flag on the play.
Stop clock to about 12 seconds to go in the half.
Be interesting to see what the flag on the play here is. If it's against Indian Creek, this will give the Woodmen a 35-6 lead and still give them an attempt at a second point or a 2-point conversion or field goal attempt here.
It's looking like the foul was on the Woodmen's offense, though. Sorry, false start, Greenwood. That's going to be a loss of about 5 yards, bringing up 3rd and 6 for the Woodmen. Clock still at the 12-second mark left to go in the half, and Greenwood's going to look to turn this into another touchdown.
And they still have great positioning here.
And again, a running clock.
Yes!
And it's brought down. Greenwood touchdown with 0.1 seconds left to go in the half.
And that's just an amazing play. Oliver Rao is so athletic. That ball completed to number 5. Isaiah Drew.
Yeah, it's definitely something we'll be definitely seeing the rest of the night. Despite what the coaches said, they based on last week, like I said, the pass game wasn't too great. But this game, they've just been utilizing it, and it's been amazing.
Yeah, Oliver Rao doing a great job of putting that ball out of the hands of the defense,
Absolutely.
putting it out of their reach. 2 athletic catches made by Luke Raker and Isaiah Drew so far in this game.
PAT is good. 36-6 Woodman.
And that'll take us to halftime.
Absolutely. Greenwood doing an amazing job here in the first half. We'll see you in the halftime show. Live from Woodman Field on the campus of Greenwood Community High School, this is Woodman Broadcasting Network's halftime show that could be presented by you. Let's begin with the first half scoring summary that could also be presented by you. Now, in the first half here, Greenwood has done an amazing job in scoring 36 points and keeping the Braves to only 6. But you need to stay tuned for this week in Woodman football history that could also be presented by you. You as the halftime show continues. This is the Woodman Broadcasting Halftime Show that could be presented by you on the Woodman Broadcasting Network's live stream.
Live from Woodman Field on the campus of Greenwood Community High School, this is Greenwood High School football. Now, our halftime conversation with the Woodman principal, Todd Garrison. Here is Olivia Franklin.
Hello, I'm Olivia Franklin here with Todd Garrison for your halftime interview. So, Mr. Garrison, how do you think the Woodmen are doing so far?
It's pretty exciting. The scoreboard looks nice, 36-6. So hopefully we'll play the same way in the second half and take this one home.
What are some differences you've noticed from last week to this week?
You know, I think this week, honestly, I think it's just been more their focus. I think they're talking to the kids all week. They kind of didn't feel like that they were mentally ready to go last week. So I think they were really ready to play. They really felt like they needed to come in here and play hard and execute, and they've really done that in the first half.
And lastly, what do you think the Woodmen need to do to stay ahead in the second half?
Well, you know what? Sometimes you get a 36-6 lead at halftime, you can be complacent. So hopefully the Woodmen aren't complacent in the second half. They come out and just fight like they did in the first half. As long as they do that, they're going to be fine.
Thank you. I'm Olivia Franklin with Todd Garrison. Back to you in the studio.
That was our pregame conversation, halftime conversation with Principal Todd Garrison and Olivia Franklin. Up next on the Woodman Broadcasting Network's pregame show, this week in Woodman football history. We will be right back.
The Woodman Broadcasting Network's halftime show. Now, this week in Woodman football history. In the 1926 season, on September 25th, our Greenwood Woodmen lost 91-0 to opposing team Bicknell. I don't know about you, but I sure hope we never see that score again. This week in Woodman football history could be brought to you by you. We'll recap the first half statistically when we return on the Woodman Broadcasting Network's halftime show. This is WBN's halftime show that could be presented by you on our live stream. Welcome back to the Woodman Broadcasting Network's halftime show. We have some keys to the game for you here. Just kind of reiterate the keys to the game for the Woodmen. On offense, they definitely wanted to limit the number of turnovers, which they've done extremely well so far in this part of the game.
Absolutely.
Besides a
keeping
couple
it down
mistakes.
to one turnover here at the beginning of the game.
And then on defense, on the other side of the ball, a big key to the game was stopping the run. Number 20, Lacey, we've seen his speed, his athleticism as the quarterback of the other team and kind of showing off his ability to read a defense. But, you know, Greenwood's done a great job of stopping the run after that long touchdown run by Lacey.
Absolutely. Lacey, as we saw in the last game, had a bunch of yards in running, but as you said, Ryan, they've been able to stop it very well, and also they've kept Welch at bay, just stopping the run all over. And they need to continue that in the second half.
Yeah, Greenwood's defense has done a great job of kind of not being out on the field too long, kind of giving the offense more opportunities to score and keep the momentum in their favor. I think that's a big key for the rest of the game. If they can keep the ball under their possession, take as little time as they need to on defense, just kind of keep the momentum running.
And as you said, defense staying in there as little as possible is just terrific for us, is keeping those big explosive players nice and rested for the plays that they are in, and keeping the offense out there, like you said, running the clock and giving them chances to score.
Yeah, the big explosive players. One guy that's definitely stood out, he has multiple touchdown rushes in the game. Number 40, Anthony Williams, playing on both sides of the ball. So not necessarily getting in there on offense as much, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do the rest of the game.
Definitely, I think my player of the game so far, number 5, Isaiah Drew, 2 touchdown catches so far. Sorry, 1 touchdown catch, and 2 big catches down the side of the field. Just extremely athletic, reach for the ball over his defender, and has been a great key to this game as well.
Yeah, that touchdown pass by Oliver Rao was just a great play call and just great execution by the quarterback Rao, and just put it right into the hands of number 5, made an athletic catch. And was able to keep the ball under his possession.
Sorry. Oliver Rao definitely tonight has been showing amazing skill as quarterback, getting those big passes down the field. Actually, what we've seen so far, only 1 down the field uncompleted pass so far in this game, and there's been about 5 or 6 completed. That's just amazing for the Woodmen, and they're definitely going to be keeping that up in the second half.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what the Woodmen will bring to us the second half.
Very excited.
This is the Woodmen Broadcasting Network's halftime show, and we will be right back.
This football game broadcast on Woodman Broadcasting Network's YouTube is broadcast under rights granted by the Indiana High School Athletic Association. It is intended solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any reuse or download of the accounts, descriptions, audio, video, or any other contents of this broadcast without the express written consent of Greenwood Community High School's Woodman Broadcasting Network is strictly prohibited. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of Greenwood Community High School's Woodman Broadcasting Network. We'll see you at the start of the second half. Welcome back to the second half. Greenwood kicking off to the Braves. Once again, the score is Woodman 36, Braves 6.
It'll be interesting to see what changes the Woodmen and Indian Creek make.
Absolutely. The Braves need to be watching out for that pass game, getting better pass blocks in, and also watching out for that inside game. Short kick by number 2, Lex Logan.
The Braves are definitely trying to stay hyped up here. This game is not over yet. We still got 2 quarters of intense football coming
Absolutely.
right at you.
As you can see on the sidelines, if you can see the sidelines out there, you can definitely see that the players are hyping each other up. You can see them running, doing little jogs and plays, tapping each other on the shoulders, because something that you'd never want to do in a football game is have your team quit.
Always makes me wonder what the coach said during that halftime.
Absolutely. Coaches are some very powerful speakers and can influence not only the game but the lives of these players.
Be interesting to see what Indian Creek can do here with the ball. This ball handed off. Looking for yards up the middle, but he is immediately stopped by the Woodman defense. It's just great coverage by the line.
Absolutely. He had a little time to dance back there, but that time was too great as the Woodman instantly picked up on him and kept him for 2nd and 10 on about the 34-yard line. The Woodmen also looking very hyped up in this second half of the game. Here's a snap. It's a pass. Taken down very quickly by number 35 on the Woodmen.
You know, that pass completed for only 5 or 6 yards, but that can really change momentum in the game. That's, I think, one of their only completed passes, if not their only completed pass of the game.
Yeah, very few completed passes in this game. I think they might have had one other, but it wasn't for a gain. That was like about a 7-yard pass, bringing up 3rd and 4th. Here's another pass. Ball's loose. No pass interference called on the play.
Yeah, number 28 comes up frustrated.
Number 28, Gorham, intended receiver.
Definitely thought he should have caught that ball.
Absolutely. It did look like there was a little early contact, but the ref didn't deem it enough to call anything. That brings up 4th and 4 for the Braves. Trying to draw a foul. Close, didn't jump over. Woodman's going to be needing to be careful. That's about the 2nd time this game.
Under shotgun.
Keeper up the middle. And he makes it with room to spare for the first down, going to the Woodman's 36-yard line.
And that's the option we've been talking about all game. Something that the Woodmen really need to limit, which they've done great so far in the first half.
Absolutely. As we talked to the coaches, excuse me, as we talked to the coaches, something they said was going to be very prevalent in this game was that option when the key just keeps it and runs up the middle. But we've only seen it twice now, and it's a surprise that the Braves haven't worked on it more.
Looked like another option. Handed off to the running back up the middle.
Number 24, Welch, refusing to be put down on the ball. Gain of about 3, bringing up 2nd and 7 on the play, or on the field. Sorry.
You know, it's interesting. Indian Creek doesn't look to be hurrying up a little bit. Down by 30 here in this ball game. They're definitely looking to score early here in this half, try and get momentum back in their favor.
Definitely. Here's the snap. Another run up the middle, but very quickly taken down by the line of Woodmen. And as you said, they're getting a little slower to the ball, and I think that's might be one of the points the coaches talked about at the half, because what they were doing is, even when they didn't need to, they were hurrying to the ball and kind of rushing their offense, not wasting any clock time or anything like that.
Yeah, they were definitely trying to keep the Woodmen on their heels in the first half, especially on 3rd and 4th down. Trying to draw those fouls and also trying to keep them guessing.
3rd and 4th at about the Woodman's 41-yard line. Shotgun. 2 sacks narrowly evaded by the quarterback.
Yeah, number 20 Lacey doing a great job of avoiding defenders there. Looked like he could have been taken down for a loss there early on in that play.
Now about 4th and 2, and yeah, like you said, a big loss could have been had, but as we've told you time and time again in this game, he's such a quick quarterback, not as much of a passing quarterback, but definitely a runner, and having linemen run up to him, he just dodges them very easily.
Like you said, 4th and 2 here.
Looks like they're going for it. And
Ball
they'll make it.
handed up the middle to number 24. It was a fight for that football, but 24 somehow manages to hold on.
Absolutely a fight there, as he was very quickly met by what seemed like the entire Woodman defense, but
Unfortunately, not quickly enough.
Yes, like you said, unfortunately not quickly enough, and he gets enough for the first down there. Definitely a smart play for Indian Creek. Ball handed off to number 24, Welch again.
Like a similar play to the opposite side. Continuing to keep them guessing with this running game.
Definitely bringing up 2nd and 8 for the Braves.
Definitely utilizing that option that they have there between number 20 and number 24, which, like I said, are kind of the soul of this Indian Creek offense.
Yes, definitely. Like you said, the soul, absolutely correct. We haven't seen many more people get the ball. If so, it's been number 28 with, I think, about 3 or 4 touches, but that's about it. Here's the quickness of number 20, Lacey, on the ball.
Looked like he was rolling out to pass for that. Nobody was open. Decided to keep that ball, took it to the outside, and gained a first down. This is the 3rd first down of the drive for the Braves.
Definitely, and it looks like this in the second quarter, they're definitely utilizing Lacey quite a bit more on offense, and it's been proven to be successful as they've made it about 30 yards up the field, if not 40, and they've just been getting good big chunk of run after big chunk of run each play. Number 24, Welch on the carry. Brought down very quickly by the Woodmen.
Still gained 4 or 5 yards here. Indian Creek trying to make it interesting here in the second half.
Definitely been more interesting. This brings out about a 2nd and 5 for the Braves, and the Woodman defense will need to be looking to stop this offense. Now, definitely, like you said, what the offense has been doing is running out the clock.
Another quarterback keeper here up the middle. Oh, and a fumble on the play. Looks like the ref is calling him down, actually.
Very lucky for the Braves. That ball was out and wide, or sorry, not wide, right into the hands of the Woodmen. Now 1st and goal for the Braves. Another first down.
Yeah, the Braves definitely not giving up here late in this game.
Now definitely the Braves, it looks like they're going to be giving the ball at some point here to Lacey, number 20. As we've seen, number 24, Welch, excellent runner, but the defense is expecting and has been practicing more for a running back-based defense instead of a quarterback. So when they give the ball to him, he's going to break away.
Number 24 wouldn't have done a better job running into a brick wall there.
Absolutely.
Just stopped right away. If Greenwood can keep that up, especially here within 10 yards of the goal.
Absolutely, and keep that up against Lacey especially, as they've been stopping Welch very easily.
Pitch to number...
And he keeps pushing in, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Braves.
Yeah, that's just a great drive by the Braves.
Absolutely, it's
eating up so much time on the clock, however. That drive was about 7 minutes long.
And as you said, they're going to the smart thing to do would be taking up some clock time, but 7 minutes for a touchdown isn't going to get them back up to get above 36 points that the Woodmen have. Now 24 points over them. Looks like the ball was dropped.
And that 2-point conversion is no good. The score, Woodmen 36, Braves 12. 5 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Definitely excited to see how the Woodmen are going to answer that excellent drive by Indian Creek, albeit a slow one. The Woodmen definitely still maintaining a big lead, but Indian Creek is going to be charging back to
Yeah,
them.
there seems to be no sense of urgency here from Indian Creek. Just how much time they took off the clock during that last drive, knowing they need to score 24 more points to even be tied, which is the equivalent of 4 touchdowns if they don't kick extra points.
Not looking very promising here on the sideline, if you can see out there. Number 24, Welch, looks a little dazed after that last play and walking slowly on the sideline. Let's hope he gets back into that game, as we all know the Braves definitely need him to keep up a good offensive drive.
Yeah, he's definitely been a key player for the Braves here, really contributing in their 2 touchdown drives.
Number 18, Shaw to kick.
Little
Big kick to the left
squib
side.
up the middle, trying to keep the ball in play.
Big run for the Woodmen. Joe Bassler with the return, number 21, defensive linebacker, brings it back to about the 46-yard line on the Brave side of the ball, or side of the field, sorry.
Yeah, that ball didn't quite get back to our kick returners, but like you said, the defensive linebacker, number 21, Bass, doing a great job taking that ball up the field.
Absolutely. Running clock, stop clock here at 5 minutes, 10 seconds. The Woodmen have a good chunk of time in this third quarter to get more points on the board, or even just take up clock time to try to keep the score where it is as they're ahead.
Looks like they'll keep the ball on the ground here, which I think is a smart move. They'll stay in bounds, and the clock will run.
Excellent
5 minutes left in the
tackle,
quarter.
By number 28, Gorham, on the side of the field. Nick Wilhelm almost broke away, but thanks to Gorham's athleticism, he reached out and grabbed his foot and stopped him for a run of about 2, bringing up 2nd and 8 for the Woodmen.
It'll be interesting to see what the Woodmen do here. Definitely using a lot of time on the clock.
Absolutely, and like you said, Indian Creek showing no urgency. Might be a little bit of a problem on their side, probably needing to get a few more points off. But Greenwood definitely showing the same lack of urgency.
That ball run up the middle by, I believe, number 35.
Gain of about 5 on the play, bringing up about 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Indian Creek definitely needs to stop the run if they want to have any chance at coming back in this game.
Definitely, and even younger league teams, what they'll tell you is just get 3 or 4 short runs for about 4 or 5 yards each play, and you'll be making it down the field slowly, and you'll get points out of it, and that's what Greenwood's been doing.
Surprising play call here. A completed pass, though.
Number 45, Dylan Wheatley, the receiver.
Another great play call, great execution by number 6, Oliver Rao.
Definitely. Like I'll keep saying it, number 6, Oliver Rao, doing an amazing job tonight with passes, getting it to the players and getting it into their hands very safely, and the wide receivers doing an equally amazing job catching that ball, bringing up 1st and 10 at about the 30-yard line. With about 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
He's definitely showing his great vision on the field. Just doing a great job so far in this ball game.
Looks like the Woodmen are lining up to run. And they do. Run up the middle, number 45, Dylan Wheatley.
Definitely had me guessing on that one. I thought he pitched it back to the fullback.
Absolutely. Definitely. Number 45, Dylan Wheatley, coming back into this game. It looks like number 40, Anthony Williams, has been out for the beginning of this quarter. That might just be to reserve his energy, as he is a big guy. Definitely is reversible on line. Looks like it's out to pass. Another short pass to Dylan Wheatley. Huge block by number 89 for the Woodmen, bringing up a couple of flags.
That was a big hit.
Kaylor Smith, the tight end, with big hit on the side of the field, bringing up a couple flags. Let's see what the flag is for.
Yeah, like you said, number 40, definitely a big guy, very athletic, playing both sides of the ball, playing on the defensive line on defense, and then he's just almost impossible to stop.
Looks like the
on
coaches.
offense.
Sorry, I agree completely, but looks like the coaches on Indian Creek side are getting a little fired up about this play. Another flag was thrown, as you can see, in the middle of this little break we've had here. And let's see what that one's on. Yet to be, still being discussed by the refs. Refs still discussing. About
There's
3 flags on the
A
play.
big hit definitely took place.
Absolutely. That might
Blocking
be
for
one
the
of the
Woodmen.
plays of the game right here. Something Greenwood.
Fortunately, everybody's okay.
Yes, very fortunate. We could even see through the players on this side of the field. We just see him fly in, and then as he was pursuing Wheatley, number 45, on the left side of the field, he was just taken out of the equation and disappeared. Greenwood definitely taking advantage of screen passes, as we've seen. That's 2 big receptions for Wheatley.
And this quarter has just run down. 2.5 minutes left. If the Greenwood keeps possession, this could be a game changer here.
Looks like a foul on the Woodmen. And another foul on the Braves.
And it looks like the Braves coach is going to go out there and have a little conversation with the refs.
Absolutely. Their coach needs to calm it down a little bit. It looks like he might have been the one who got them the foul in the first place. Another thing, as we can see on the field, he just threw down his headset. Not something very safe with expensive headsets like that.
Exchanging a few words with the head umpire, it looks like, or I'm sorry, the head referee out there.
Easy mistake. Now we have some other coaches talking to a ref on the side of the field a little bit more calmly. Hopefully they can get their head coach under wraps before he gets himself either thrown out of the game or gets his team some huge penalties here.
Definitely very hot-headed right now. A heated discussion with the umpire, or with the referee, I'm sorry.
Okay, the coach still looking a little bit mad. Sorry for that little pause there. Still looking a little mad, talking to the referees, trying to get his case pleaded, but the referees aren't taking any of it, and they're remaining on his side as they were on the side of the field. And something you definitely can't do is challenge a ref.
The referee doing a great job of staying calm here. Looks like everybody else wants this to get this game going, however. It's kind of hard to tell what they're talking about here.
Definitely. It looks like he was trying to get out an illegal block in the back going, but the refs aren't seeing it, and the ball has remained unchanged despite what looked like a little bit of an unclean hit by tight end number 89, Kaylor Smith. Still in timeout. We got about 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the quarter.
Given a lot of time for the players to cool down here. Take a breather.
Absolutely. That's definitely something very helpful despite the situation that's going on, but giving the players a little bit of time to rest is definitely an added bonus for both teams. No ball movement, so flags were canceled out. Brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, breaks like that could definitely take a toll on a team. The Woodmen marching down the field had some really good momentum going. It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Shotgun formation. Gives it up the middle to number 35, Nick Wilhelm.
And that's just a powerful run. He got 2 or 3 more yards, and it looked like he was going to. Just never giving up. Got to take advantage of the Indian Creek defense who might be giving up at this point.
Absolutely.
Or at least, I'm sorry, showing signs of fatigue.
Definitely a good way of putting it is what I heard you say about that timeout is despite giving players rest, is when you have as much momentum as a football team like the Woodmen have had tonight, a break like that will kind of put a pause in it. So let's see if they can get back to it.
It's definitely discouraging.
Oliver Rao with a carry to the outside, runs out of bounds. But
That's a first down Greenwood.
Absolutely. That's great.
It's a great piece of running by Oliver Rao, and they continue to wear this clock down.
Definitely a great fake, and as you could see, as Oliver ran out of bounds, he wasn't really trying for many yards there. He's just trying to get a first down so they can run out this clock a little more.
And this takes its toll on a defense. Just so many plays, and they know they need to get their offense back out there to score a few
Absolutely.
more points.
When you have a side of the ball that's explosive as the defense needs to be, but you have an offense like this who's just hitting you play after play and keeps running it at you, you definitely need to stay explosive, but that's really hard to do.
Yeah, that ball handed up the middle to number 35, William. Yeah, like you said, it's amazing to see the willpower of Greenwood. Definitely not giving up. Definitely they continue to pound the defense. And they find themselves within the Indian Creek 20-yard line at about, it looks like the 17.
Brings up about 2nd and 7 for the Woodmen. Something that you fans might not be able to see, but on Indian Creek's defensive side, they've been bringing up linebackers play after play, but Greenwood's been responding well.
They continue to rush for 4 or 5 yards every play.
Absolutely, which is just absolutely a key to running a great offense, is getting short bursts of plays for chunks of field. That brings up about 3rd and 1 for the Woodmen.
And this is just a great spot for the Woodmen.
Absolutely a great spot for them to be in. As they get a first down here, that's 3 plays for them to just gun it up the middle and try to get a touchdown, or
Run down the clock.
Yeah, absolutely run down the clock, being this close to this side of the field, giving up their ball position even at this side of the field. It would be great placement, or terrible placement for the Braves.
Handed to number 40, Williams. Again, we've talked about him. He's been a key player in this game. And it looks like they got a first down with a minute left in this quarter.
Looks like a timeout.
We're sorry about that little pause. This ball taken by number 35. It looks like he did not get the touchdown. That puts them within about 2 yards of the end zone here.
Great run and a great opportunity for them to waste some time. We got 36 seconds left in the quarter, and Greenwood can either use their time wisely here and run out the clock, or they put the ball on the other side of the field, get themselves rested, or they can just run it in now.
Looks like a couple subs coming in for the Indian Creek defense. Definitely very worn out at this point in the ball game.
Absolutely.
This has to be almost the 10th play of the drive, if not.
Looks like a flag thrown.
And this ball is powered into the end zone. Like he said, another flag thrown.
Definitely saw something we haven't seen too much in this game, are flags, but this quarter has brought up a little more. It looks like tensions are running high between players.
Or between coaches.
Yeah, that's true. As we saw on the sideline, a little bit of anger by the Indian Creek's head coach.
Yeah, as an athlete myself, it's definitely degrading seeing my coach. Maybe if he's mad at a play or if he's yelling at umpires, being a baseball player.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It just definitely hurts as a player, demoralizing.
Looks like a penalty on Greenwood, bringing up 2nd and 6. Greenwood in the red zone.
9 seconds left in the quarter. This will probably take them out of the quarter. 1 or 2 more plays here.
Even if the quarter does run out, Greenwood will get the ball back on the other side of the field.
And this ball powered through. And that's a touchdown. What a great piece of running by number 35, William. It looked like he was stopped. Looks like he was going to be stopped shy of the end zone, but that's just a great play call there.
Absolutely. Wilhelm being such a powerful runner, running up the left side of the field, right into the end zone. Looks like that's his strong side of the field. That was just a great call, and gets another Greenwood touchdown with 3.7 seconds left in this quarter.
That's definitely been something that Greenwood's like to do the whole game, which is getting within 3 or 4 yards of the end zone, kind of hammering one through right into the end zone. Twice by number 40 and then once by number 35, William.
You know, despite what the coaches have said about inconsistency in kicking, we have seen nothing but in the middle of the post kicks by number 2, Lex Logan, and great kicks on kickoff by Lex Logan.
Yeah, that's a great point there. I think a big thing for Greenwood is just their 2-point conversion play that they have. It's just so powerful. They have so many things that they can do with that. It just kind of makes it hard to kick a field goal unless you're up by 30, 31 points like they are now.
Absolutely, and something Greenwood's, as we can see, is doing is they're just trying to run down time on the clock. Greenwood is assuming right now that Indian Creek isn't going to make up for all these points about 30 points down right now. 31 points, sorry. So they're just trying to run out the clock, and Indian Creek taking so long on their drive for the touchdown isn't going to come back soon.
Yeah, good point. A 7-minute drive for Indian Creek to start off the quarter. Almost like showing no sense of urgency.
Absolutely. It looks like they're trying hard, the players individually, but it looks like the coaches as the whole and the flow of their game has been much slower.
This ball kicked. It's returned to about the 40-yard line before Greenwood can take him down. And that's the end of the quarter. Your Greenwood Woodmen up 43-12.
Definitely great ball placement for the Braves, seeing if they can get another touchdown out of this drive.
And we will be right back. I'm sorry about that. This ball, a completed pass to number 11 on the right side for a gain of about 9 yards.
The first pass we've seen to number 11 in this entire game, but he's quickly brought down, and it brings up second and about 3 for the Braves.
This ball handed off to number 24. There's a flag on the play.
Number 24, Welch, was the ball carrier. It didn't look like there was any gain to be said in the first place, so let's see what this flag is on. As we're seeing this flag, number 24, Welch,
This looks like it might be offsides. See frustration in number 28, who was the receiver on that side of the field.
Number
where the flag was
41
down.
substituting for number 33 for the Braves wide receivers.
And that is indeed a penalty on the Braves.
Yep. As you said, a false start, bringing up 2nd and 8 for Indian Creek.
Number 5 snap into number 20, Lacey. This is a quarterback keeper.
Right up the
And
middle.
Greenwood did a great job of covering both of those.
Absolutely, as you said, great job covering that. Doesn't look like Greenwood's going to be fooled with that much more. Still a good gain, though, about 4 yards. Brings up about 3rd and 4 for the Braves.
Definitely saw the offensive line cutting off the outside corner and then also staying strong up the middle for that quarterback keeper. It'd be great to continue to see that for the rest of this game. Greenwood
Definitely
can keep
good
that up.
fakes. Here's a snap. This time it is to number 24, Welch.
And what a stop by the defense here.
Loss of about 5 yards on the play. Welch a little bit slow to get up once again, as he's been running this entire time up the middle and getting stopped and hit time and time again by the Woodman.
He is
Let's
not
hope
done.
he's okay.
You can definitely see Welsh really wants to stay in this ball game.
Absolutely, and that's the intensity Indian Creek needs right now. Even from his movements, and the ref is asking now if he's okay. It looks like he's also asking the quarterback a question. But Welch is just refusing to get out of this game.
This ball quarterback keeper up the middle.
Little
And
short
that's a
first
turnover
down.
on downs. Greenwood just doing a great job of stopping the run during that possession. And it looks like they'll take the ball on the Indian Creek 52 or 53-yard line here. It just shows the intensity of high school football here.
Absolutely.
Number 24, he's not willing to leave the ball game. Definitely wanting to continue to contribute for Indian Creek. However, Greenwood just did a great job of stopping the run.
Absolutely. Let's hope Welch gets a break out there on the sideline. And as you said, the intensity of high school football. This is just a passion of these players out here. Everyone out there really wants to be playing, and also just everything that's going on, the crowd, the fans, just getting a taste of everything is a little overwhelming for some of these players, making this game much more exciting.
This ball handed off to number 20 for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
Ethan Hessig, number 20, the ball carrier. Brings up 2nd and 7 on about the 45-yard line.
Indian Creek's really going to have to pick up their defense here. They can't let the Woodmen continue to get those 3-yard gains and run down the clock.
Absolutely. Fourth quarter with 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in this game. Greenwood's putting in a little bit of their substitutions, but you can't even see any difference in the playing intensity. Number 20, Ethan Hessig, running through a defender and out of bounds there. Some huge intensity that we have been seeing.
Yeah, and on the other side of that, Greenwood is just doing a great job continuing to put pressure on Indian Creek's defense and on their offense.
Definitely, like I brought up earlier in this game, Indian Creek not having too many people to sub in for the people who are starting out there, but Greenwood having an entire armada of players to come in and substitute. So Greenwood's just staying energized this entire game.
And it has definitely cooled down out there.
Absolutely. The lowered temperature definitely gives players more energy to play.
Just handed off to number 20 for the 3rd time.
Brings up about 4th and 3 for the Woodmen.
Be interesting to see what they do here.
They're ahead enough in this game to where they don't really need to punt, but also that might just be something the coach does anyway, but let's see what they do here.
9 minutes left in the game here. Definitely want to get some backups, some playing time here.
Absolutely.
Kind of let them see the field, see what it's like, especially when they're... It looks like we have a false start on the Woodmen here. But like I was saying, important for the younger guys to see the field before they turn into juniors and seniors.
Yeah, like you said, it looks like offsides number 67, Noah Dixon, bringing up 4th and 8 for the Woodmen. Now it does look like the Woodmen will be punting after that illegal, offside.
That is number 20, Ethan Hessing, who's actually a sophomore here at Greenwood this year. So definitely good to see the younger guys getting some playing time, which Greenwood did a great job of setting up playing time for them, going up 43-12 in this game.
Good high punt by number 2, Lex Logan. Bounces back, though. Greenwood would want to stop that ball as soon as they can. Ball is spotted by a ref. Actually, a great toss about right where he kicked the ball. Ball was stopped by the 22. Player accidentally kicked it. The very unfortunate footing there.
And Lex Logan, he just continues to amaze this game. He's had 3 extra points and a couple of really good punts.
Absolutely.
to pin
a great
Indian
game for
Creek
him.
deep.
Especially from what the coaches said is what would have been our starting kicker moving back to Virginia this year. He was kind of our second-string guy and wasn't expected to play too much, and then he moved back, and coaches weren't expecting much out of him, but he's definitely showing them wrong in this game.
Yeah, doing a great job of stepping up when he's needed.
Picked off.
And this ball is going to be returned for a touchdown. The umpire is actually calling it down. The umpire is saying that's an incomplete pass here. But that was just such an athletic play by the safety.
Absolutely. So, from what I saw up here, not challenging the ref, I didn't see the ball touch the ground, but definitely inches, if not centimeters off the ground there was that catch. So very, very great play, but sadly it won't be a touchdown for the Woodmen.
And that ball actually almost could have been intercepted by multiple guys. There was one guy who was shading the receiver there with his back towards the quarterback, and it was almost thrown right to him.
If I remember correctly, it was hit off the shoulder of number 16, Nolan Miller for the Woodmen.
Trips right here. His quarterback keeper up the middle, and he is immediately taken down by the Woodmen defense.
The Woodmen are doing an amazing job in this quarter with about 7 minutes, 50 seconds left, and they're just hitting hard, and they're not letting up. Definitely letting the offense take their time as Greenwood just wants to run out the clock. Definitely on both sides of the ball this half.
Trips right again. Back to pass. Let's go to the right side of the field, right through the hands of number 33.
Definitely still a good pass, a little bit more of a bad reception.
Definitely
maybe not high enough jump.
One of the better throws we've seen by the quarterback, Lacey.
Absolutely, as we've said time and time again in this game, Lacey isn't much of a passing quarterback, but he's doing an amazing job so far on these passes. But his receivers just aren't willing to get their hands on that ball and give themselves up to catch it. Looks like he's going back to punt.
This is a surprising move here. That punt good for about 70 yards, it looks like.
What a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous job the offense is doing with these punts. It just ceases to amaze me that their quarterback can punt, and second of all, they just go from a play, he backs up a yard or two, and they punt it, and that is almost unstoppable as the defense doesn't expect a guy to be back there, and they get about 50 or 60 yards down the field is where their offensive possession will pick up just because of those amazing plays.
Just shows how great of an athlete Lacey is. We've definitely seen his speed. We've seen his vision of the field, his ability to determine, especially on the option, which can definitely be it's a very advanced play style, especially for high school football.
Absolutely. Him
Showing
and
great
Welch
vision.
have just been very great at communicating with each other on the fakes and on the runs. As you've said, it is an option, so they're setting up for each other. And it's amazing to see how they're reading each other.
Yeah, this ball handed off by Rao up the middle.
Gain of about 1, 2nd and 9 for the Woodmen.
The Woodmen just need to keep the ball on the ground at this point. This is actually a great opportunity. I take back what I just said. This is a great opportunity for the Woodmen to work on their passing game for the rest of the season.
Oh, absolutely. Here with just too far a gap for the Indians to come back out of, or sorry, the Braves to come back out of.
This ball kept by Oliver Rao, doing a great job get to the outside.
Huge chunk of field taken up, definitely enough for the first down.
That was good for a gain of 18 yards. Rao really showing that Lacey's not the only quarterback that can run the ball.
Absolutely, showing his own skill out there with the run, as you just said. Very great response to what Lacey's been doing in this game.
This ball handed off to number 20, the sophomore.
Another big gain to the right side of the field. Looks like it'll be 2nd and 1, almost enough for the first down.
Yeah.
Very close, a little less than a yard.
Anthony Hessing just showing how great of younger guys we have on this team
Absolutely.
for the future.
having the privilege to play with some of the players out here tonight, Landon Wood, Sam Rapp, number 20, Ethan Hessig, who's out there right now, I can tell you firsthand that they're just very dedicated players, and Ethan Hessig will put I swear, his life on the line for that game.
And this ball handed off to Hessian again up the middle. Good for about a gain of 6 or 7 yards.
More than enough for the first down.
And that puts them well into Indian Creek territory at about it puts them at about the 46-yard line. But definitely takes them onto the other side of the field.
No, even though Ethan Hessig is one of the sophomores and he's not as experienced, he's just getting as many yards as Nick Wilhelm has, the senior, on each of his runs. Definitely showing his ability to get out there on the field, too. Probably be seeing more of him on the field in future games.
This ball handed off again. And
another big run.
He is just so powerful.
Absolutely.
A sophomore out there.
Powerful, fast, tall, definitely can get some stiff arms going, as we've seen. That brings up another 1st and 10 for the Woodmen with 5 minutes left to go in this game.
Yeah, as time runs down, really a lot of good points for the Woodmen, especially coming back from last week. They definitely limited the turnovers. They had that one interception in the first quarter, and they were able to bounce back from that.
Second play of the game, and they haven't let up since then. They didn't even let up in their first drive. There was just some unlucky passing.
This ball handed off again to Hessian. He's just showing so much will here. He wants to be out on that field for the rest of the season.
Absolutely, and something as you see when we get later in the games is when the team has a big lead like that, you think, oh, they're going to put in their second-string guys and they're going to get momentum down a little bit, but that is the furthest thing from the truth. Is these younger players, when they get out there on that field, they want playing time too. They're not out here to be out here. They're out here to play. We see even a substitution for number 6, Oliver Rao, for number 11, Luke Hommel. Sophomore.
Handed off to his classmate, Hessian again. Definitely a promising duo for the future of Greenwood football. Eleven receiving a play call from coach. And it looks like Hessian will be substituted for after a great fourth quarter from him.
Oh, a terrific fourth quarter. Nothing short of that. Big runs. He himself, I think, has gotten almost every yard for the Woodmen, if not all of the yards for the Woodmen this half, besides that big run from Oliver Rao.
This ball handed off with the middle for a short gain. Put the Woodmen at about the 27-yard line. Wouldn't be surprised to see a PAT attempt here by Lex Logan, up by so much.
Definitely, and a 3rd and 6 on the ball, there's not much you can do. Definitely with a bunch of your younger players coming in and Indian Creek not being able to substitute as many guys, we're still seeing their first string.
I'm sorry, I thought it was 4th down.
Oh, you're fine. Definitely some confusion with the chain game. There must have been a flag thrown that we have also missed. Sorry about that. But that brings up about 3rd and 11 for the Woodmen.
Interesting to see what they call here with the younger guys out there. This ball handed off up the middle to number 13.
You know, despite seeing all these substitutions and witnessing it firsthand, if you were to come into this game right now and see these players, you would be led to believe that they were first string. They're playing that hard right now, but the defense is playing just as hard and keeping out their starters, and they're able to evenly match the offense here.
Yeah, the will of both teams is just amazing. The Braves being down by 31 points here in the fourth quarter.
Definitely, and it looks like the Woodmen are going to run again with 4th and 10.
Run that clock down. And there's just nowhere to go for number 13 there.
Nope, turnover and downs, and it looks like about the 37-yard line.
Tried to scramble to the outside, but just he had no lanes.
And as you can see here on the defense, some more sophomores coming in there.
Definitely interesting to see the big size difference between the younger guys and the older guys.
Absolutely, just muscle mass and height together, you can definitely see a difference. But I assure you, being on this football team myself, that these sophomores are nothing to mess with, and they're definitely just as good as the first string.
They have lots of time to get bigger, stronger, faster.
Absolutely.
But if you look at the size difference between the Indian Creek offensive line and the defensive line for the Woodmen, it almost seems unfair.
Oh, absolutely. And when you see any team play Martinsville, as I believe we're playing next week, you'll see an even bigger size difference.
And looks like a timeout, Braves, and
Shotgun.
back to pass. Defense is doing a great job of stopping that.
Absolutely. Even though it was a good pass and right to him, as we see a substitution, number 10.
Number 25 and 32
20.
combining for that tackle. About a minute and 50 seconds left in the ball game here.
Absolutely, and as you see, the Braves have brought in a...
And that's a false start, it looks like.
No flag thrown, but there was a whistle blown, but they will take them back 5 yards.
False start on number 33 for the offense.
Definitely some things you're going to see like that is some mistakes as you bring in your second, even third string guys here.
Yeah, I haven't been a wide receiver myself. I did that multiple times.
Very easy to miss here on that far out with this many fans yelling into your ear as well.
Yeah, good point. And this is taken out the middle by number 3.
Big run, enough for a first down.
Looks like 3 or 4 guys combined for the tackle there at about the 50-yard line, right on top of the Woodman logo.
Absolutely, and something we're seeing here at the end of this game is there's still so much intensity, these players wanting to prove themselves to their coaches.
Yeah, and this is just the younger guys' opportunity.
Absolutely, it's their time to shine, and shine they have as both sides of the ball have been very evenly matched, as we've seen. Very little gain for the Woodman backups and very little gain for Indian Creek's backups, except for that run by number 3, which very impressive run up the middle.
Under a minute left to go in this ball game. Number 10's back to pass. And this ball almost intercepted by number 7.
Absolutely. It looked like number 7 was playing offense and number 33 was playing defense, knocking the ball out of 7's hands.
That's a very good point there. Number 13 hadn't even turned around to catch that ball. And number 7 almost took his opportunity to steal that ball away from
Definitely a great moment to shine, although it wasn't caught. Definitely a great play.
This ball handed off up the middle of number 3. He's had a couple great runs here in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely, and with only 40 seconds to go, Indian Creek's looking to keep using that weapon of theirs to go up the middle to the end of the field.
Under 30 seconds left in this ball game. Handed off again to number 3.
And he keeps breaking free from the Woodman defense.
Showing great vision out the middle.
Absolutely, reading those defenders really well and being able to juke them out just enough to where he gets a few yards, bringing up another first down.
Not to mention the great blocking from the Indian Creek offense.
Absolutely, seeing this new offense come out here. Something we're seeing is Greenwood's defense has been a little slower.
And number 3 takes that up to about the 3-yard line.
With about 4.7 seconds to go, let's see if the Woodman B-team defense can stop the B-team offense of the Indian Creek Braves.
And Indian Creek taking the timeout here. Definitely want to score that last touchdown. 4.7 seconds left here on the clock.
Let's see if the Woodmen can get one last stop for the Braves.
And this is the Braves' last breath of life here in this game.
Handoff to number 3 up the middle, but easily makes it into the end zone.
And number 3 just showing how powerful he is.
Absolutely.
With that ball. But definitely a small win for the Indian Creek Braves.
43-18. Braves only getting about 3 touchdowns this game. One being with their B team. So let's see if they can get this this 2-point conversion.
And
it looks like they won't. They're short.
Woodman doing a great job of stopping them on that last effort, that last 2-point conversion.
Now 43-18. Woodman ahead by a good margin.
And we're going to have to kick this kickoff.
25 points.
1.8 seconds left in this ball game, and that will take us to the end of the game.
Absolutely. As you can see, the fans are ready by the end of the field just to jump in and congratulate their team on their first one of the season. And we're going to have to say good luck to Indian Creek in the rest of their season, and we hope to see them again in the playoffs.
And what a good time for the first one of the season for the Woodmen. Great to go 1-1, especially winning by this much.
Definitely.
Great to see how they handled the ball on the offensive side.
Absolutely. Great to see how well they handled themselves. Definitely, like you said, on the offense. Great's not enough. Terrific passing game that we saw here today, and great running game. Also great defense. Just great all around the ball.
Yeah, good point.
Not really much to pick out of here, but
everybody did a great job.
Absolutely.
The only real flaws we had was the interception at the beginning of the game, and that could have just been nerves.
Absolutely.
In such a big ball game that you need to win.
Definitely.
Yeah, great execution by the Woodmen tonight. It's a little.
Number 42 takes the ball to the end of the game.
Does the Woodmen go out to the field to celebrate their victory? This is Woodman Broadcasting Network's post-game show, and it could be sponsored by you. Let's begin with the second half scoring summary that could also be presented by you.
Now, your final score for this game is your Greenwood Woodmen 43 and the Indian Creek Braves 18.
And just a great job by both teams tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely seeing intensity given up a little bit there at the beginning of the third quarter, but both teams definitely bouncing back after a bit of a break and still going hard at each other. But still ahead on the Woodman Broadcasting Network's postgame show, the final statistics of the game. This is Woodman Broadcasting Network's postgame show, broadcast live on YouTube. Welcome back to Woodman Broadcasting Network's post-game show. Let's go through tonight's final statistics. So, Ryan, what did you see tonight on the offensive side of the ball?
You know, there's nothing bad to be said for how the Woodmen played this ball game. Lots of intensity. They definitely never gave up, winning by so much. Ended up putting 43 points on the board, which is very promising for the rest of the season after the loss in the first week.
Definitely after a loss in the first week. We weren't even what we heard from Coach Campbell and Coach Clark is they weren't going to be passing very much. But Bloomington was just that good of a team on their defense to stop that pass that Indian Creek just couldn't live up to that, and we had an amazing passing game. So what did you see on defense out there?
Well, the Woodmen did a great job of stopping the run, which was definitely one of the key points that they needed to do. Stopping Lacey from running up the middle besides that one long 70-yard run that he had for a touchdown in the first quarter. They did a great job of adjusting and figuring out what they needed to do to win this ball game, and they ended up doing it.
Absolutely. Another thing we saw, like you said, Lacey with that big run in the first quarter of the game. Last week with 148 yards. This week, definitely not that many. At most 100. Something we didn't see this much of this game was them utilizing Lacey. Something we saw from them in the third quarter that ended up getting another touchdown. And a 7-minute drive was giving the ball to Lacey, and he would make big breaks every time. So let's hope Indian Creek rectifies their mistakes and uses more of him in the next game.
When we return on Woodman Broadcasting Network's post-game show, the play of the game, a look ahead to next week and some final thoughts on tonight's game. This is Woodman Broadcasting Network's post-game show, home of the Woodmen on YouTube.
That concludes this Woodman Broadcasting Network's post-game show. Thank you so much for joining us. It has certainly been our pleasure to be a part of your Friday night football game. As we close, we need to thank a number of people for making tonight's broadcast possible. Number 1, our broadcast director, Parker Irwin. Number 2, the broadcast assistant director, Alana Magnus. 3, our studio producer, Emma Pollard and Greg Toner. Number 4, the production support, Olivia Franklin, Ella Sigler, and Will Harold. Number 5, our sponsorship coordinator, Alana Magnus. I would also like to thank my color tonight. This is his first game, Ryan Pruitt. And Ryan, I'll give it over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me tonight, Christian. Also, to the Greenwood Athletic Department, Greenwood Community High School, and the Greenwood community for their support. Once again, the final score, 43-18, your Greenwood Woodmen. Join us next Friday night when the Woodmen go up against in Martinsville.
The Woodman Broadcasting Network pregame show begins at 6:30 p.m., followed by kickoff shortly after 7 o'clock. I'm Christian.
And I'm Ryan. And this is WBN signing off.